This is a retro hour, and I think his mother drove him to work. All right. I'm just kidding.
I drove myself, but yeah, I remember cassettes. I do remember cassettes.
Do you remember taking a pencil and putting in the cassette when you had to rewind it?
Yeah, exactly. I remember that.
This thing is so stinking cool. I knew it was coming in about a month ago and got a chance to see it, hear it, and play with it. This is like a modern day mini boombox.
Yeah.
Nobody has radios anymore, Justin.
Nope.
When I'm out in my garage, and you're going to notice that we're in the garage because we turned the garage into my man cave for the day.
Oh, cool.
When I'm out working on the car, I want to be able to listen to a baseball game or to listen to some rock and roll. And now we've got more formats of music available to us than ever before. Listen, it's crazy. I still have some cassettes.
So many people do. You're not the only one. And what do? They sit in a box. That's
Yeah.
it. Now,
or worse, they eventually break.
And then all of those memories are lost. And we've got mixtapes over here.
Yeah.
My songs, mix number
tell you what.
ones, DJ mix. I mean, all of that fun stuff that you did in the 80s. You made a mixtape for someone.
I'll tell you what, Justin, when you look like me, you get really good at making mixtapes.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the story, and this is what's really cool. This is not just an AM/FM radio. It's also Bluetooth enabled.
That's right.
So, you know, the youngsters today with their cell phones and all their other electronics, they can go ahead and play their tunes. But this is also USB ready.
Yep.
So this, if you buy a flash drive, which you're gonna love this, a flash drive now sells for $6. I can put my cassette in here and take it from this cassette, put it on that USB, and I just archived my cassette collection.
That's exactly right. With that USB thumb drive, when you plug that in, now you can record all of those cassettes and make them digital. So you could put that on your computer,
Right.
you could add it onto your tablet, whatever
That's
it might be.
beautiful.
So if you do have that big collection of cassette tapes that are sitting in the garage or sitting in the attic,
They're all in a
now-
cardboard box. I don't care who you are, they're all in a cardboard box.
Well, that cardboard box now will become digital, and
Yeah.
you can play them if you want to. You could break them out, but I love that you can expand that you can take that mixtape that maybe you made for your girlfriend
Your
in
sweetie.
1976,
I'm telling you.
but now is your wife of several decades.
What? No.
Now you can digitize that nice little mixtape.
She's now what's called the ex-wife, and we're not going to bring that up. But this is also, amazingly enough, a shortwave radio.
It is.
With a microphone. So I got a buddy down in Texas. You've seen him on the air before. His name's Don Clayton, who is a big shortwave radio guy. We can actually communicate with each other because there's a built-in microphone. And by the way, everything you're listening to is on battery right now, but it comes with a power cord. So if I have a power outlet nearby, I plug it in.
That's exactly right. You have a beautiful piece of technology that's based off of that 80s style from Ion Audio. And what they did was they took the classic retro cassette tape, having the shortwave radio, the AM/FM, but then they added that touch of modern, that Bluetooth connectivity so you could play from your phone, the ability to play or record to that SD card or to that flash drive, all right here built inside of it, yet keeping that classic look. I love that you can listen to the radio station now. You're right. I don't have a radio in my house until I introduce this.
Most guys today don't. I've got to tell you, it was a simple joy when I was a younger man to be able to go out in the garage or out on the back deck and listen to a Cincinnati Reds game. Growing up in Indianapolis, we didn't have any pro teams at that point. Or now, as an adult, to be out in the garage and to be working on my car, like that 65 Mustang, and have music in the background. That's a simple pleasure, and it's a gift that you will blow somebody away with, because I didn't know until a month ago that this stuff even still existed, and quite frankly, it didn't. These manufacturers had to create the components to bring these back to life because nobody makes cassette decks anymore.
That's right. And you know what? The thing about this is it's bringing back memories too. Of course,
are we listening to a cassette right now?
We are. So that's an actual cassette. And
that sounds pretty good.
This sound right here.
By the way, half my crew right now looks like a dog that just heard a whistle. Cassette tape.
They don't know what it is?
Cassette tape.
I had to Google it myself, to be honest. I'm joking.
This was frightening. Here's what I expected my crew to have done. Where I go, do you want to listen? Do you want to listen to a cassette tape? and they would just hold the tape up to their ear. No, it's not like a phone.
Not how that works?
Not like, no.
Isn't it crazy how much technology has changed and how
In a short period of time.
You know, it's been really fun being able to work with these products because I'm going to throw Keith and Casey underneath the or Keith and Craig underneath the bus here because I'm a little bit younger than they are.
Okay.
So I didn't grow up with all this technology.
Out of all the torture that they've given you, feel free.
Oh, feel free to throw one of us. Oh,
yeah.
good, yeah. So I had to, I will admit, learn a little bit about this because I know Bluetooth technology, I know all of that. Well, this has that, but it has the classic technology too. So when you introduce this into a family that is mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and the kids that are born that are millennials, everyone knows how to use this. It's that 80s style retro cassette
with great
boombox.
sound. And I remember boomboxes. I think the first hernia I ever had in my life was hoisting an 80s boombox onto my shoulder.
Well, you won't have that issue with this one because this is great and lightweight.
This is tabletop size. It's the right size. A premium cassette deck. I challenge anyone to find a premium cassette deck today. And will you use that? Listen, if you've got cassettes, transferring those cassettes to USB so that you can then file it digitally is going to be the way to go. And now with the Bluetooth technology and even AM and FM, talk radio. Listen, I didn't listen to that when I was a kid, but I listen to a lot of sports radio and a lot of talk radio nowadays. Hanging out in the shop and being able to do all of that, that's a gift that I would appreciate for decades to come.
It's the perfect thing we're talking about the shop. I mean, let's move around a little bit. We could pick this up. This is something that because it has, you could put 4 D batteries into it. It really fits anywhere. You want to put that up on that shelf in the back. Well, now you have it. You have 6 watts of power. So as I turn that up, I mean, that's the boom box. I mean, it's booming right there. You will have the ability to fill up the garage with sound.
And I want to point out, Justin right now is playing a cassette, which is the lowest reproduction value of sound in this machine. We don't have permission to play an FM radio signal, but on the Bluetooth, it's better than ever before, and I'll tell you why. Your generation has the ability to record music better than any generation in history.
You could do it right from your phone if you want.
But the implements that you play your music back on are junk.
Well,
because the speakers are so tiny inside a cell phone.
The speaker,
That's
I mean,
a 4-inch subwoofer bass.
There's the speaker in my cell phone. This is the cell phone that came out just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is the greatest in technology. But what this is not that 6 watts of power. This is not that 2.5-inch speaker.
Yeah.
This is really quite impressive.
And a built-in microphone as well.
That's right.
It is exceptional quality. It's portable, and it's from the folks at Ion. So if you're looking for a great gift, and I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be a gift for an old fart like me. It can be a gift for a young fart like you.
It can be a gift for anybody. It doesn't matter your age because this is something that whether you've never heard of a cassette before because you're too young to know what it is, being able to break it out.
I don't know, are some of you on the crew, have you ever heard a cassette played before?
Yeah, they know, they know, they got it.
Yeah, they're faking. They're faking it.
You know what, the reality
funny.
is, there are people who don't know what it is. How cool is it that you can have this in your home and you can teach your grandkids or you can teach your kids and really impress them that you know technology and the technology that everything else is based on better than they do.
I am proud to say I have vehicles in my collection with 8-track players. And I own 8 tracks.
So Rick brought that up. I think I gave him a heart attack the other day because he mentioned 8-track. I said, what is that? And he just looked at me and gave me a very dirty look.
Well, you know what? It's part of the fun because I'll tell you what. There are some things that are very generational, and music is one that defines each age group. But there's a commonality in the fact that it brings joy to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So first time I've ever been able to make it available. It was brand new this month. Free shipping and handling. Over 1,700 of you picked it up. It is the new evolution of the boombox. Bluetooth enabled, the ability to take your cassettes and now make them digital so you can save them forever. Because we want, like hair, we want to save that forever. Wait till you see what's coming up next. Justin, thank you, man. Come on back later in the hour. All right, coming up in about 8 minutes. This is cool. It's Pac-Man. Now,